Tell me something about education in this late communist period. First of all, what sort of experience was to be educated in Poland until you were 20s, and then what sort of inspirations, if any, you got from that type of school?
Yes, I had inspirations because, of course, many subjects there was many subjects which were forbidden, and we could not learn about history, about the Jews. About Jewish history. There was nothing in the books. Nothing. We were walking and living in the cities with Jewish quarters, where sometimes even was 60% Jewish citizens, and we had no idea about it. I have a friend, he's a journalist, and he grew up in Bielsko-Biała. There was a big Jewish community, and he's a little bit older from me, and he said, listen, I was going to school, which was a Jewish building. I was walking through the area, through the big space and Platz, where was used to stand the Jewish synagogue, and so on and so on. He said, and they never told me, my parents, he said, never told me where I am. So I was in the same, educated in the little city. Later I studied in Kraków, but before it was in Grybów. It's close to Nowy Sącz, so Grybów, Stróże, Grybów, Bobowa and Nowy Sącz, the Halberstam family, the famous Halberstam, in each of these places, the rabbi, and I had no idea about it. We all had no idea. No one was telling us this. The one which remembered, the older one, they were not talking, and the young one didn't remember, didn't know about it. Now it's different. It's a huge difference in Poland about it. All this movement in the little cities where people start to ask questions, where they transform the city, these little shtetls into shtetl, like once a year when they make these festivals. Of course, there are different people which are anti-Semitic and think in the negative way, but this movement is so important because it's coming from roots, from downstairs, done not by European Union or some clerks, but by people living in different cities. It's a very interesting movement. But coming back to the past, when you are a child, you don't know what to ask about, yeah? And I remember there was a teacher in our school, she was a Polish language teacher. She said, I was like 13, she said to me, go home and ask your grandparents what they remember about Jews. And I remember I went back home and I came to my grandmother and I said, Grandma, do you remember something about Jews? And she was so shocked by this question that she was running away from the kitchen. She went away. And many, many years later, I asked her again this question. I said, you look different. You eat different. Could you feel in this time of school like a stranger? And she was already 90 years old in this time when I asked her this question. And she said, I'm Polish. And I said, yes, I know that you are Polish. And I am Polish. It's very strong, she was saying, I'm Polish. And said, okay, but you was looking different. I mean, you had problems. And she started to cry. And the tears were going down. And then she don't wanted to talk with me anymore. So it was like so touching discussion and interview with her. And once I said this to my father, but he didn't react for this at all. So I know nothing.